Hello, my name is Rohulamin Quander, and I'm a course leader with World Strides. The Quander family traces its extensive lineage back here to George Washington's plantation. Follow me, yeah, everybody, bus 6, everybody. Every time I take a group here, I tell them to look at this site and see how the enslaved lived, because you're going to go into George Washington's mansion. I want you to compare and contrast. I hope that when the student leaves after a visit with me personally, that he or she or they will come to understand that life here was different from the romanticized what they see in the history books. But what about those who are out in the slave quarters, cold, on a dirt floor on a rainy night? You need to see that, because that is the reality and the brutality that was this institution. The Quander ancestors were at one down the road called River Farm. While George Washington was off at Monmouth and crossing the Delaware and leading up to Yorktown, the enslaved, including the Quanders, were back here getting the crops out, running the distilleries, running the fisheries. They are the unsung who made it possible for George Washington and these other men to go off and to pursue this independence, to write this Declaration of Independence, to work on this Constitution, because they knew the home front was taken care of. So they maintained this not so much as a working farm, but so that you can get a good understanding of what life was like when George Washington was here and actively living here from day to day. It's very important, because it's not African American history, it's American history. Now, I have, according to family records, oral history, we have about 5, we think, Quander ancestors buried here. This is sacred ground to me. This is hallowed ground. To the average visitor, they would say, this is where George Washington walked. This is where all the founding fathers and mothers walked. I look at that, but then I look and say, this is where Nancy Quander walked. This is where Sookie Bay walked. This is where Rose Carter walked. This is where Joseph walked. This is where all of those unsung labored one day that they would indeed be free.